the heart of a crowded city, under the weight of concrete towers and endless noise, lived a boy named Ayan. He was only 16, but life had already carved deep lines of struggle into his young face. His father had abandoned the family years ago, leaving his mother to work endlessly just to keep food on the table. Ayan should have been in school, learning, laughing, and dreaming. But society had written a different script for him, one filled with rejection, labels, and closed doors. Every day, Ayan walked past the school he once attended. Through the rusted gates, he could see other boys his age playing football, laughing freely. But Ayan wasn't allowed there anymore. Teachers had branded him a troublemaker, a bad influence. The truth was far simpler. He was poor. He couldn't afford the fees, the books, or the clean uniform. The society that preached fairness and opportunity had decided he didn't deserve a chance. Society is a sinner, Ayan often whispered to himself, and sinners destroy. He had seen it firsthand. When his mother went to seek help from relatives, they turned her away with mocking words. When she begged for work, shopkeepers accused her of lying. When Ayan tried to find small jobs, people sneered. A boy like you will grow up to be nothing but a thief. Their words stuck to him like poison. One evening, as the city lights flickered to life, Ayan sat by the railway tracks, staring at the dark horizon. His fists clenched as he replayed the voices in his head. Thief, criminal, useless. They had already written his future for him. And the most dangerous thing about a society that destroys is that sometimes the victim begins to believe the lies. That night, his friend Imran, another boy from the slums, approached him. Imran carried a packet of cigarettes and a sly smile. Why fight it, Ayan? They already think we're criminals. Let's become what they fear. Quick money, no begging, no waiting. For a moment, Ayan was tempted. The thought of filling his mother's kitchen with food, of buying her medicines without watching her suffer, it was powerful. Maybe Imran was right. Maybe society wanted him to destroy himself. But something deep inside resisted. He remembered his mother's tired eyes, how they lit up every time she told him, "You are not what they call you. You are more." Those words were fragile, but they were his last anchor. Ayan shook his head. If I become what they think I am, then they win. Imran laughed bitterly and walked away, leaving Ayan alone with his thoughts. The next morning, Ayan decided to act differently. Instead of begging for acceptance from people who had already judged him, he turned to what he had, his strength and his mind. He began collecting discarded books from garbage heaps, piecing together knowledge page by page. He found old newspapers, torn magazines, and even half-burned school notebooks. At night, by the dim glow of a streetlight, he taught himself. Days turned into weeks. Some mocked him, when they saw him reading trash. Others laughed at his stubbornness, but Ayan ignored them. He believed knowledge was his weapon against the destruction society had planned for him. Then came a turning point. One day, while reading near the marketplace, Ayan saw a group of children struggling with their homework. Their parents were laborers, too poor to send them to proper tuition. Ayan walked over shyly and offered to help. At first, they hesitated. What could a boy like him teach? But soon they realized he understood the lessons better than they did. Word spread. Within months, more children began gathering around Ayan in the evenings. He became their teacher, their guide. He charged nothing, only asking them to promise that they wouldn't give up on themselves. Slowly, Ayan built something society had denied him: hope. But society wasn't done testing him. One night, while returning home, Ayan was stopped by a group of drunk men. They sneered, calling him a fraud. "You think teaching kids will change anything? Boys like you are born to rot in the streets. Stop dreaming." Ayan felt rage boil inside him, but he didn't lash out. Instead, he stood tall and said, "Maybe I can't change the whole society, but I can stop it from destroying at least one life, mine and the lives of those children." His words silenced them. For the first time, Ayan felt stronger than their cruelty. Years passed. Ayan grew into a young man, and his small group of students became dozens. He never became rich, but he built something greater: respect. The same society that once tried to destroy him now whispered his name with reluctant admiration. Yet Ayan never forgot his past. Every time he looked into the eyes of a struggling child, he remembered the boy who once sat by the railway tracks, wondering if he should give up. He remembered the bitter truth that society could be a sinner, crushing the innocent. But he also remembered his choice: to resist, to rebuild, to prove that destruction wasn't the only destiny. And so, Ayan lived as a reminder: society may be a sinner, but individuals have the power to rewrite the ending.